Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner Mike Trauma D. Welcome to the Music Review live stream. Welcome to the Music Review live stream. Every night we try to get together to kind of listen to some new music. Trying to help folks get a little bit better with their music. If it's your first time here, welcome. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream, man. Not sure what happened with my Instagram, but it is what it is. I'm about to jump into these music reviews. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream tonight. Welcome to the Music Review live stream. I'm your host, Juggernaut of Multi-Platinum Production Team Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. We are responsible for producing for your favorite rapper's favorite rapper. And, you know, I try to get on most nights to listen to new music from, you know, different artists and producers. Shout out to my producers that are in the school group, school.com/Future Producer Society. There's where we're teaching producers the music business from top to bottom. Shout out to everybody that's in my community, in my group, asking questions and learning in real time. So what are we doing with the music reviews? The music reviews, we're listening to people's music, really trying to get folks really prepared for commercial viability. And what does that really mean when I say that? Really listening to folks' music to see if it's really good for, you know, release. You know, hopefully people are submitting it before it's released. If you're submitting it after the fact, that's fine as well. Most times what we're trying to do is we're just trying to listen to see how we can get these records to be, you know, up to speed, man. You know what I mean? In my business, I've been in this business for quite some time. I've worked with the best of the best in the music business. Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy, Mobb Deep, Freddie Gibbs, The Game, Jadakiss, Max B, French Montana, Shorty Low, Waka Flocka Flame, Killer Mike, so many others. So, you know, just to name a few. And, you know, we're really just trying to, again, get folks to get their music to the best that we can get it to. That's the first thing. At the same time, we're using this forum as a teachable forum, teaching folks how to structure their songs, what to do with their records, improve their mixes, etc. On the next side, we're trying to get folks to get their beats better, you know, those type of things. At the same time, using it as a network forum and a promotional forum, right? Because, you know, you never know who's watching. You know, our platform is verified across all platforms. and you never know who's watching our platform when you're promoting your music or when I'm listening to your music in real time. So for those that are smart, they're able to use the music or use the reviews, clip it up, and share it. But of course, it takes folks to understand the game to play the game. You know what I mean? So I got a record that I think it came in early this morning. This record is called Mistakes by it's at a 4-9. And who's on the beat here real quick? Let me make sure, giving it the proper introduction. I want to make sure that it's getting what it needs to get, because this is a throne, so I want to make sure that we're listening to this. This is by Arkatech Beatz. Right, John 9-4. No pen, no pad. The song is called Mistakes. I'm getting ready to give this a good listen and give it some detailed feedback. This is a throne submission, right? So these folks are submitting something to really be listened to. Make sure folks are following this, following this artist. We're going to take a listen in just a moment. We're just waiting for the lives to just kind of let the algorithm do what it needs to do. For those who want to submit their songs, make sure they're submitting to the link on the screen. And we're gonna keep this thing going and going. So we're about to take a listen to it. So let's take a listen to this joint. Let's go.
Alright.
CJ, what up? John, what up?
Hey. Dropping on RP. Alright. I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyme like I am from the 4, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement. Won't let a nigga beat me, tell him I'm in the cement. Even when it's done, a nigga still solid. Since I was a peewee, bitch tryna eat me, turn to a bird when I put on these robins. At knee high, nigga been flawless. Tryna see me sitting on the TV, parents ain't feel me, tryna hear the nonsense. Like son, that's good, but we dealing with problems. Proceed with caution, cause me, I'm stacking a starving. Flossing, ballin' so damn hard. So hard that I could've been Spalding. So polished, should've skipped college. South Park, pockets fat, could've went Cartman. This shit appalling. I can see the way you move, ain't real, this nigga RuPaulin'. I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyme like I am from the 4, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement.
First time I caught some gas, I remember I bought a zip. Ain't them at Tony Hawk, ain't playing, we get them flip. I'm talking about what I bought, niggas envious around this bitch. Ain't talking about what I saw, remember all that shit. But my granddad work construction, they said hit me with obstruction. I had to stop getting geeked in public. Lifestyle come with repercussions. Bro got drunk, he don't play percussion. He hit your head, you don't get concussion.
I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyme like I am from the 4, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement.
Treatment, I take pills on fiendin'. Recovering addict, I don't even drink it. Pushing this product, I get to my people. When that's so a lie, you little think I mean it. Ain't no devil, I'm running a demon. You came from my heart, this shit really see through. Come to this fan, this shit really lethal. What are we talking about? I can't relate. I'm flying this pack out, I'm moving this way. I fired the blunt, counter the case. But it is what it is, camera and maze. I ain't selling myself for no goddamn pay. My product looking grade A. I wanna switch down, I'm calling trade. Took too many seasons, woke up late. I keep making the same mistakes.
I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyme like I am from the 4, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement. I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyme like I am from the 4, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement.
First time I caught some gas, I remember I bought a zip. I'm talking about what I bought, niggas envious around this bitch.
Took too many seasons, woke up late. I keep making the same mistakes.
That's 4-9, man. The song is called Mistakes. So I'm about to jump into the feedback on it. I'm going to just break this record down really kind of dissect it, go through it piece by piece. So for folks who are just jumping on, we're getting ready to get into the review process of this particular record. It's a decent record, but there are some things that I think they can improve on this record to kind of make it go a little bit better. On the first listen, I feel like the beat is doing something pretty decent. I do think that some of the instruments can be mixed a little bit better. I think where the 808s and the drums are at is pretty okay. I think the other instruments, while I do like those, I think they need to be kind of mixed in a little bit better.
I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyme like I am from the 4, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement. Won't let a nigga beat me till I'm in the cement. Even when it's then a nigga still solid. Since I was a peewee, bitch tryna eat me, turn to a bird when I put on these robins. At knee high, nigga been flawless. Tryna see me sitting on the TV, parents ain't feel me, tryna hear the nonsense. Like son, that's good, but we dealing with problems. Proceed with caution, cause me, I'm stacking a starving. Flossing, ballin' so damn hard. How hard? So hard that I could've been Spalding. So polished, should've skipped college. South Park, pockets fat, could've went Cartman. This shit appalling. I can see the way you move, ain't real, this nigga RuPaulin'. I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyme like I am from the 4, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement.
First time I caught some gas, I remember.
All right, so see what's going on with this hook, man, is this hook is only going for 4 bars. And I think the right thing to do is to start the record off with the hook. And I think this is probably the best way to make sure that we're setting this record off is by setting it off with the hook. And it does start off with that first 4 bars. I think if that's going to be our hook, which I believe could possibly really, I think it could improve. I think melodically, it's kind of like, it doesn't really have the replay value that it really needs to have, especially in the way that it's being delivered in terms of the vocal performance. It kind of feels a little bit rigid, right? But let's just say, let's say like, this is the hook that he's decided on, and this is what we're running with. So take a listen to it. And remember what we want from this initially is we want it to have the 4 bars, and then we want it to repeat. Like, this is very important to make sure that it's going to repeat to make it 8 bars versus this being 4 bars and then going into the verse, right? We have to try to make it repeat so we can get it to 8 bars. So it'll help to create a better song structure to make it stick.
I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyme like I am from the 4, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement. Won't let a nigga beat me till I'm in the cement.
Then you repeat it, right? So that what happens is we have something that can have a normal cadence throughout the record. So now we have that's going to be in the front. We're going to do the same thing in the middle, and then we're going to do the same thing at the end. This gives us what we need is basic song structure. Hook in the front, hook in the middle, hook toward the end, right? Excuse me. With these rap songs, what I don't really like guys to do is I don't like guys to do 8-bar rap hooks, right? I don't think that these things are really effective. In order for us to have a song that's going to have that replay or repeat value, we want to do 4 bars, repeat the 4 bars. This is the best formula. This is the best thing that has worked. This is what's tried and was true, right? Now, granted, there will be some things that will be some exceptions to the rule. That's fine, right? If you have a very, very, very catchy melodic hook, sometimes that can do that. Young Melton, what up, right? So when we're looking at this, the way that we're looking at these records, man, is we want to make sure that they're formatted properly for us to really have that repeat play value. JQ Nation, what's happening with you, bro? Thanks for joining. Right, so let's keep listening to this joint. As far as the way that the rap is going, let's count where the bars is at.
Try rhyme like I am from the 4, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find? I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyming like I ain't from the phone, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't high 10 toes on the cement. Won't let a nigga beat me, tell him in the cement. Even when it's done, a nigga still silent. Since I was a peewee, bitch tryna eat me, turn to a bird when I put on these robins. At knee high, nigga been flawless. Tryna see me sitting on a TV, parents ain't feel me, tryna hear the nonsense. Like son, that's good, but we dealing with problems. Proceed with caution, cause me, I'm stacking a starving. Flossing, ballin' so damn hard. How hard? So hard that I could've been Spalding. So polished, should've skipped college. South Park, pockets fat, could've went Cartman. This shit appalling. I can see the way you move, ain't real, this nigga RuPaulin'. I light up a bunk, get lost in my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna
So he's doing an 8-bar rap verse, right? He's not doing an extended rap verse, which would normally be at 12, and of course old school would be at 8, would be at 16. Right, so he's doing an 8-bar, which is fine. We're not really having an issue with it being an 8-bar verse. But again, we want to make sure that the hook is doing what it needs to do. So let's listen to the hook coming in again. But remember, it doesn't repeat.
Fuck tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyme like I ain't from the phone, nah nigga you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't high 10 toes on the cement.
First time I caught some gas, I remember I bought a zip. Ain't no man Tony Hawk, and playing with.
And then my other issue is that the music is not it's not changing, or it's not allowing the vocal performance to breathe. Like some of those instruments that I said need to be mixed in a little bit better. They need to be removed during the verses so that we can have a clearer listen to the vocal performance. For my producers out there, I always talk about creating space, right? In our records, we have to make sure that we're creating the appropriate space for the artist. If we don't have the appropriate space for the artist, it doesn't give us the ability to really get into the artist and the artist's vocal performance. There are things that people really need to hear when it comes to their favorite artists that you may not be privy to, but these are the things that make good and hit records. And the producer's job is to create a musical bed that basically marries well with the vocal performance and creates enough space so that the character, the aura, the tone, the pitch, the cadence, the breath control of the artist can be somewhat established so that can be heard, right? If we're not doing that, then we're putting ourselves at a disadvantage. Again, we're making records. When we're making records as producers, we have to create the space. If you're ever in any of our live streams where we're doing music production live streams, if you're in there and you're watching how we do it, we typically try to create space for the beat where we have an intro do a certain thing, we'll have the hook do a certain thing, and then we'll have it stripped down for the verses. We'll reintroduce a couple more instruments right before the transition before the hook because it's a build up, and then we go back into the hook, which would have all of the instrumentation, but not enough to overpower the vocals, right? So we still have to have enough instrumentation to make it different from the verse and to make it make sure that it supports the hook. It still can't overpower the hook, right? And that's another reason why I tell guys who are doing their hooks to make sure that their hooks are layered in some way or fashion. Make sure your hooks have some sort of ad-libs. Make sure your hooks have some sort of doubles on there so that people can realize the difference between your hooks and your verses. They're not supposed to sound the same, right? That kind of creates this thing where it's all monotonous if it's not changing the way that it needs to change as it goes through. So these are just some of the things that we're trying to get through with this record, and now we're going to listen through the second verse, and we're going to make sure that the second verse is doing something. We want to make sure that the second verse, what stood out to me, listen to the timing on the second verse. The second verse timing to me can be a little bit improved in terms of the vocal delivery.
Get them flip, don't talk about what I bought. Niggas envious around this bitch, can't talk about what I saw. Remember all that shit. But my granddad work construction, they said hit me with obstruction. I had to stop getting geeked in public. Lifestyle come with repercussions. Bro got drunk, he don't play percussion. He hit your head, you don't get concussion.
I light up a bunk, get lost in my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe.
And even in that case, that wasn't even 8 bars. So he really needed to be 8 bars in for us to make it sound a little bit better. But let's keep going.
This hoe try rhyme like
if we're gonna add somebody else in the middle, we definitely want to have that 8 bars at least for the verse.
I ain't from the phone, nah, nigga, you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement.
Treatment, I take pills, I'm fiending. Recovering addict, I don't even drink it. Pushing this product, I get to my people. When I so a lie, he little thing I mean it. Ain't no devil, I'm running demon. Came from my heart, this shit really see through. Come to this fan, this shit really lethal. What we talking about, I can't relate. I'm flying this pack.
And then see how we're delivering that verse. We gotta be. If we're gonna do it, we gotta do it. Like we gotta make sure that we're on. We gotta make sure that we're on the beat. You know what I mean? Make sure that we're definitely on it, because right here it seems like he's lagging behind a little bit.
I'm moving this way. I fired the blunt, counter the case, but it is what it is. Cameron and May. I ain't selling myself for no goddamn pay. My
7, the link is on the screen. Nero.fan/Arkatech Beatz.
Grade 8, I wanna switch down, I'm calling trade. Took too many seasons, woke up late. I keep making the same mistakes.
I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyming like I ain't from the phone, nah, nigga, you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement. I light up a bucket, lost my thoughts, come back like what was I thinking? That bitch was tryna fuck, tryna play with my ball, she ain't give me no defense. Can't believe this hoe try rhyming like I ain't from the phone, nah, nigga, you peep this. How you niggas saying that tryna find like nigga I ain't had 10 toes on the cement.
First time I caught some gas, I remember I bought a zip. I'm talking about what I bought. Niggas envious around this bitch.
Took too many seasons.
And then this record could be a little bit shorter, right? I think this record is longer than it needs to be. I think we're at how long we're at on here. We're right at 3 minutes, so it's not too bad. The main thing that I've been saying, right, is give me 1 second. Yeah. So as I'm listening to this record again, man, there's a few things that I like. I like where the beat is at. I like what these guys are trying to do in terms of, you know, with the record going back and forth between the MCs. I kind of like that. My main thing really is just the song structure, right? It's making sure that we have 8-bar hooks, make sure that we have verses that are basically at the right length, making sure that we're delivering a good vocal performance, right? We just have to make sure that we're doing what we're doing with that. You know what I'm saying? So ultimately, we're making it do what it needs to do. You know what I mean? So shout out to 4-9 on this one. This one is called Mistakes. Make sure y'all are you guys are following him on Also Beatz. Look at the link on the screen for his Instagram. Give me 1 second here. Let me check out what I do here. Kaz, what up, man? We're making it do what it do tonight. We getting into this getting into this thing, you know what I mean? So how you feeling, brother? Shout out to this folks on this record called Mistakes. We're doing live music reviews, man. this next joint, man. This joint is called. Let me see what we got going on here. This joint is called No Love Loss, and this is by, who is this by? Thanks for joining, folks. This is by Dante Taylor. Shout out Dante Taylor. I'm sorry, Donde Taylor. We're going to take a listen to this joint, No Love Loss. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the queue. You know, we are approximately at over 1,600 submissions total that we've received here since we started this live series. So... sharing the live.
You only love me when we fucked up. We sober up and then the love burns out. You say you think my love is too much. Start building something, then it all falls down. I guess that someone call it tough luck. I got a bottle, I'm about to fucking drown. Come back around, you getting tough love. Frozen freeze. She said I'm incredible inside I be in bed. She call it a dragon day and day. And if you ain't about this shit, then don't you fucking talk to me. Oh, you only love me when we fucked up. We sober up and then the love burns out. You say you think my love is too much. Start building something, then it all falls down. I guess that someone call it tough luck. I got a bottle, I'm in better fucking drunk.
That's like that halftime. I wonder how that would have sounded with the beat behind it. So shout out to Donde Taylor on this, man. This record is called No Love Lost, and you know, I think this beat is definitely doing what it needs to do. It's dope. I think that the beat is dope. Yeah, I think I got a nice drop here. I think I like the hook. I think is decent. I think my main issue with the record is that it's not vocally performed as tight as I would like it to be, right? I think that there's some issues for me in terms of the pitching, right? Because, you know, he is kind of rap singing. So that kind of needs to make sure that needs to be totally lined up with the music in terms of tone and pitch. And then also on the vocal performance of it, it's like it's a little bit behind. It's like it's not on the music like it could be on the music, right? Like for it to have a little bit of it not being on the music just a little bit, or for it to kind of go on and go off, that's kind of can be like a natural kind of cadence. But for me, it feels like most of the record is kind of like the vocals are behind the beat, and that to me kind of prevents it from prevents us from really getting into the bounce of the record. You know, like it's like if we listen to it very carefully, and these are the nuances that I don't think many people are really paying attention to it. So I want people to just kind of listen to to see if I'm going to illustrate what I'm listening for, and what I would implore the people that are watching the stream either now or in real time, or if you're watching the replays on YouTube, etc., that you're paying attention and you're applying these things to your own music, right? So that you're not falling behind the beat.
We sober up and then the love burn loud. You say you think my love is too much. Start building something, then it all falls down. I guess that's someone call it tough luck. I got a bottle, I'm about to fucking drown. Come back around, you getting tough love. I hear you want to see you packing with a smile. Didn't see it coming, I was blind. Say they love me, then they leave. This happens every time. If I take this pill, then I'll be fine. And I know that I said that shit, but really is a lie. Full sin, I'm all in. Have a Berkey and is anybody.
See, like when even when you drop the music and you bring it back in, it's sort of behind. So we really want to try to see if we can work against that, work so that we can have the music. Yeah, like it's bouncing between the beat, man. Like and it's like I'm telling you, like in my experience, the records that are going to really do good on socials, or the records that are really going to do on radio, the records that are going to do really good on sync, they don't have these nuances. You have to realize that the people that are in real positions, they're listening for this shit. You know what I'm saying? They're listening for that. They're listening for those type of things that for some people may feel like, oh, that's nothing. You know, that's just, him, vibing in the studio. But it's enough to throw off the people who have the decision-making ability, And at the same time, right, you'll have situations where you'll be like, well, why isn't the music really connecting with the listener, or why isn't it connecting with the audience? It's because innately the audience knows when something is off. They just can't articulate what's off. They can't articulate why they're not replaying the record, right? They just know, like, hey, it's okay. It doesn't really do it for me, right? So they can't really articulate it. But the reason why they can't articulate it is because they're not trained to do so like you or I, right? Where this is where people are coming to get the knowledge. This is where people are coming to learn. So they're not understanding it from the vantage point that we're understanding it, and they're not listening to it as we're listening to it, because this right now is a forum for musicians, right? This is a forum for artists, right? So this is not really a forum for the regular average listener per se, right? So this is where we come now in the safe space where we're trying to learn exactly how to get the music the way we need to get the music, and folks may not be able to articulate why is it not really hitting. Is because it's off, right? You have to think about folks who are in their 20s and 30s, 40s in some cases, right? Even 50s in some cases. We've been listening to music all our life. And remember, the music, especially from the late 2000s up, right? That music was heavily A&R'd, right? So this music now had to have a certain type. It was gate kept by the best A&Rs, the best writers, the best songwriters, right? If we're talking about The Dream or other guys, like, like these records are going to have a certain type of pristine curation to it. So when these things are not really falling in line, folks are going to be like, it's cool, but it doesn't necessarily right? So when they say that it's cool, it's basically saying, hey, you're not there yet, right? You're good enough to kind of put on socials and kind of see if it can turn into a meme, but it's not good enough to make sure that you're gonna have some real longevity. You might catch a little virality, but do you have what it takes to really continue to keep going and creating music at a high clip? So when we're listening to songs like these, which, to me, it has all of the elements of a record that could go, right? It has a decent hook. It has a decent kind of sing-songy type of way and the types of melody. We just have to make sure that it's delivered properly. We have to make sure that it has all of the elements in terms of ad-libs, doubles, things like that need to be on the hook. Making sure that we're placing the right effects on the hooks for the hooks to stand out a little bit more. And then making sure that the delivery of the verses, are really falling in line where it needs to fall in line so these things can really pop off. So shout out to everybody jumping into the live stream. Shout out to Donde Taylor on this. I'm gonna star this, man, and we're gonna be paying attention and listening for more music, because I feel like there's a great deal of potential here. We just have to get you to that finish line. You know what I mean? So let's continue to do what we're doing. Let's see how we can get it to go. Let's see what else we got going on here. Shout out to Cortez. This is a super skip. He just pushed this in. Cortez featuring Voice of Baltimore and what's that? Deja Wu? Will? I don't know. People looking at it like I can't read. Not mastered yet, but still mostly done. This record is called Tina. We're going to take a listen to this. Like I said, they just pushed it for a super skip. Shout out to them. We're doing a lot of numbers in terms of the live stream, not in terms of the amount of folks that are coming in, submitting their records. Shout out to everybody that's jumping in. Boy Swagger, what's up, man? No, these are new. You know what I'm saying? This is not from the previous. It's not from the. This is the.
Thinking I'm not in my bag, got me feeling away, but I'm good in the bay. We handling business today. This lab work is like NIH. Engineer said he getting close. The alchemist said he can't wait. Talking about mapping the stars, my nigga. How far do a trip to that moon take?
Hold on. It's a blank screen. All right, let's take a listen to this. This is Tina, right? Cortez Davis, James Prince, Will Grant.
Thinking I'm not in my bag, got me feeling away, but I'm good in the bay. We handling business today. This lab work is like NIH. Engineer said he getting close. The alchemist said he can't wait. Talking about mapping the stars, my nigga. How far do a trip to that moon take? So you know I'm dropping you off. I'm doing that shit from mid-range. Still building and learning myself. You seeing my movement like nobody else. I had to cop it and keep it in that pocket. Can't tell me about nothing. Got knowledge yourself. Play it for self, but I keep it cool and nothing else. I keep it cool, nothing to lose. I do enough. Owe me nothing. Came a long way this summer. Got around that, kept running. Straight line, I gun it. Little man, he won it. My son, yeah, for sure, man. I went Montana on the link. Cause my ice bright like my teeth. Hate them fuck niggas back then. Nah, nigga, I don't speak. Took time to go chase dreams. They was having Bentleys down the street. Man, that's 2 hours back home, but the work I put in was 3. Man, that's 2 hours back home, but the work I put in was 3. Man, that's 2 hours back home, but the work I put in was 3.
2 a.m., I get to moving. Watch out, school them if they play, I'm gon' move in. Nah, I won't slow down, chasing the money. I'm on the road now, I'm older, got me a pole now. Some of my guys, they thought before. Some of my hearts, they up in the morning. Out for the blues, I need me some more. I need me some more. East to west, I got me some poor. I'm shooting, they come to the door. They come to the door. If they step in, I'ma get busy. They get to flying just like a frisbee. Save everything, even down to the pennies. Even down to the pennies. If they step in, I'ma get busy. Things get to flying just like a frisbee. Save everything, even down to the pennies. Save everything, even down to the pennies. Even down to the pennies. Save everything, even down to the pennies.
I'm chasing
chasing money, I'm chasing a bag. I stay in the booth, these niggas real mad. My foot on that gas, I'm smoking on gas. He bossing, I'm spitting, I know they gon' last. Don't live in that page, you get caught in the past. Don't live in that page, you get caught in the past. Don't live in that page, you get caught in the past. He play with my family, that shit ass. 3 seconds, them shooters confess. Disrespect, not getting a pass. His toe, getting a tag. Pulled up, just caught me a jag. Pulled up, just caught me a jag. Pulled up, just caught me a jag.
Man, that's 2 hours back home, but the work I put in was 3. Man, that's 2 hours back home, but the work I put in was 3. Babe, we handling, thinking I'm not in my. Thinking I'm not in my bag.
Listen, man. This is one of those records, man, where guys are kind of rapping on this joint. That they're spitting on this thing, right? And I'm listening for this thing, and I'm like, okay, you know, the raps is pretty decent, right? We're listening to it, and I'm like, okay, where is your hooks, guys? Like, guys, you gotta have hooks on these joints, even when you just spitting. Like, even if you just spitting, say for example, you're doing a joint where you got your homies on the joint like this is, and you guys are spitting bars for bars for bars. The recommendation is always for you to fill that in with a hook in the beginning, hook at the end, right? And then you guys can go, you can terrorize the track in the middle, you know what I'm saying? In terms of going back and forth, right? But you got to give us something in the beginning, and you got to give us something in the end in terms of a hook, right? Yeah, we have to have that. And, right? So now, you know, in the best case scenario, we will put a hook in the middle if we can do that. But let's just say you guys just feel like, yo, we just want to rap tonight. All right, cool. We want to put a hook in the beginning. We want to put a hook at the end. At the very least, we want to sandwich it in between hooks. Shout out Deuce Nas, Big Riz, Yvonne, Yanni in the building, Kaz. Like, so I'm just trying to ensure that you're creating something that gives us the ability to listen to it more than one time, right? You know, these things have to have these type of verses in it, these type of hooks in it to make it have a little bit more replay value, man. And look, this looks like it got a decent amount of views on it, right? This has 1,000 views and 1 like. That's not likely, especially with a black screen. So that reeks of manipulation. So this is really where I want to go with this record, man. Because again, man, I want to make sure that you guys are getting the best feedback so that you can basically do what you need to do with this record. Because I think this beat is ill. That's another thing. I think the beat is pretty ill on this joint, and I feel like you guys kind of did your thing on it. The guy, the artist in the middle,
3, man, that's 2.
He's doing something kind of different with a different style. I think that needs to be.
I was back home, but the work I was back then, he won it. Owe me nothing. Came a long way home, but the work I put in was 3.
Get the moving, watch our school.
I was back home, but the work I put in was 3.
2 a.m. I get the moving. Watch our school them if they play. I'm gon' move in. Nah, I won't slow down chasing the money. I'm on a roll now. I'm older, got me a pole now. Some of my guys they thought before. Some of my hearts they up in the more. Out for the blues, I need me some more. East to west, I got me some pole.
So if you're gonna do that, we have to make sure we put a little bit of tune on it, and we got to make sure that it's really being delivered. Like we're doing that, like we got to make sure that we're on that beat. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And make sure that we're going to have the breath control, make sure that we're going to have the spacing, make sure that we're going to have the timing, right? So if I'm sitting outside the booth with you guys, and you in there and you spitting that, excuse me, I'd have been on your neck. I'd have been like, yo, I need you on it. And I need you to make sure that if you're going to hit that joint, you make sure you're hitting it where we're trailing off properly in terms of the riff, making sure that we're hitting it where it has to hit, make sure it's ending where it needs to end, and so that we can continue to make it move with that.
I'm moving, nah, I won't slow down chasing the money. I'm on a roll now. I'm older, got me a pole now. Some of my guys they thought before. Some of my hearts they up.
And I done brought his vocal up, because I feel like it's a different style and it could stand out if you hit it the right way, right? Make sure that we put doubles on certain things, ad-libs on certain things to make certain words feel more enunciated, right? And keep it pushing on there.
Run for the blues, I need me some more. I need me some more. East to west, I got me some poor. I got me some poor. I'm shooting, they come to the door. They come to the door. If they step in, I'ma get busy. They get to flying just like a frisbee. Save everything, even down to the pennies. Even down to the pennies. If they step in, I'ma get busy. Things get to flying just like a frisbee. Save everything, even down to the pennies. Save everything, even down to the pennies. Even down to the pennies. Save everything, even down to the pennies.
I'm chasing the money, I'm chasing the bag. I stay in the booth, these niggas real mad. My foot on that gas, I'm smoking on gas. He bossing and spitting, I know they gon' last. Don't live in that page, you get caught in the past. Don't live in that page, you get caught in the past. Don't live in that page, you get caught in the past. You play with my family, that's your ass. 3 seconds,
you gotta make sure that you're on the beat, man. Making sure that you're not before. You're a little bit early.
shooters confess, disrespect, not getting a pass.
Like, we gotta get you in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I think this is really where this is where the rubber really needs to meet the road, man. We gotta get you into the pocket. You know, when I listen to a lot of these records, man. I listen to a lot of these records, and like, granted, this queue is at about 1,600 records at overall. But, you know, on the bright side, we listened to over half, right? Almost half at 700. So we've listened to half of it. It's hard to listen to more, you know what I'm saying? So the folks who submit the joints and skips, you know what I'm saying, when I'm on live, that's the best way for us to make sure that we can get to it. And in most cases, if I don't get to the skips the same night, we get to them, you know, in the order that they're received for the next night. But the main thing that I want to make sure the guys are really understanding, man, is like, yo, we got to make sure that we're hitting, you know, we got to make sure that we're on the timing, you know. We got to make sure that we're in the pocket. Like, this is essential for rap. Like, you know, I don't think people really understand, like I don't think you understand, like, what that means to be in the pocket for your rappers. Look at your favorite rappers who have careers that are over 5 to 10 years long, right? These are the guys who are able to make these songs that are basically melodic, and they sit in the pocket. We don't care if it's T.I., we don't care if it's Jeezy, we don't care if it's Jadakiss, if it's 38 Special. Y'all like what's going on with those guys? If it's Jim Jones, like, it doesn't matter. If it's Max B, like, we got to be in the pocket. If we're not in the pocket, then it doesn't resonate the way it's supposed to resonate, and it definitely won't have the replay value, and you definitely won't be able to last. We won't be listening to your music year in and year out. You know what I'm saying? And you got to take it from a guy like me, right, who's been here. I've been able to watch. I've had the distinct pleasure of having to be in the room with greats like Big Pun, Nas, and Prodigy, right? Raekwon. I've had the privilege, the esteemed privilege of being able to do that. And then I've had the privilege of also being able to work with, you know, in the room with Waka Flockas or Shorty Lowe's, you know what I'm saying? And these guys do what they do, but everybody has a way that they hit these records and has a way that they're creating records that are able to kind of sustain themselves. And there's a way that we have to do it. There's a way that we got to get into it. So I don't want the people that are jumping into the live stream not really understanding where I'm coming from, because I want to make sure that I'm not just saying, hey, I'm reviewing your music, I like it, I don't like it, man, get that shit out of here, it's trash. Nah, if I don't like something, I got to tell you why I don't like it. But not even so much that I don't like it, it's beyond me liking it. I think that's kind of not really relevant. I think what's more important is me trying to give you the information to make sure that your record works in the marketplace, despite whether or not I like it, right? I don't have to like it for it to be a successful record. I want people to understand that. It's not about me liking it. It's a personal preference. We're not trying to do that here. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to create the records that are going to be structurally and technically sound, right? So that we can make sure that that's going to have the best chance of you being able to succeed out in the market, right? The best chance to succeed out in the market. Do not take what some of these folks do, right? Do not take what some of these folks do that get lucky, They're exceptions to the rule. These aren't the folks that have long careers. Don't get fooled by those virality songs that are just kind of real quick and quirky, that they can't be replicated. Like, don't be fooled by that. Like, sometimes that's money being thrown into shit. Sometimes that's just some sort of fluky thing that happens. You know, when you got a record right now, spin that. If you listen to how that record is structured, you listen to how the hook is sang. You know, when you listen to it, it does what it needs to do because it's technically sound in terms of melodic, and then also because of the messaging. But you know, that's a different conversation for a different day. But shout out to these guys, Cortez, featuring James Price and Will Grant. Shout out to you guys for submitting to Tina. I wanna listen to some more joints, man. I'm gonna listen to some more joints, and I think Don Fight, what up? Don Flight. Boy Swag was asking me about the stars. So, you know, toward the end of the stream, I'm going to basically show you a new thing that I'm connecting with in terms of a new corporate I wouldn't say partner. I would say more like something that I want to get involved in. It's basically going to be a new discovery mechanism for new artists. I think it's going to do very, very well in the marketplace. It's sort of it kind of creates a situation where folks can get discovered. So I think this is going to be a lot better in terms of having that ability to share your music in the marketplace and get things moving and grooving. But shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. We got another skip here. Oh, shout out to my man JQX, man. JQX is definitely making some moves with his music. He's making club bangers is what he does. He does make some club joints. I ain't going front on him. Shout out to JQ in the building, man. JQX Nation in the building. Appreciate him for always coming through the lives and blessing us with some dope music, you know what I mean? Let's take a listen to this joint. It's called Rumors, man, created by the JQX Experience.
He sent another one, like I said, the skip. Look at the skip. Look at it. What you want me to do? JQX, battle, man. What we doing, gang? You heard what the fuck he just said.
It's that time again. Gotta put them in line again. They want pics, they want proof. Heard he a beast and they let him loose. Heard he got a lot of friends, but they ain't no finding him. Rumors, and they all true. Buddy a ghost and he got the juice. He got the juice. He got the juice. He got the juice. Rumors, start true. He got the juice. I heard he live in a castle. Really? I heard he really an asshole. Wow. I heard he live in the back cave. Dang. I heard he got hella cash flow. Really? I heard he got about 1,000 hits. Wow. I heard he can move him like 1,000 bricks. Them boys don't stand a chance. Just shot in this kitchen, don't touch the pan. Nah.
All these rumors, see these streets, don't not consumers.
When that album comes, it'll be your head just like a tumor. So believe it, this ain't Ripley's or not. I'm pulling up on the spot. Can't you see it? I put it down, pack it up, roll up and ship it out. It's that time again. Gotta put them in line again. They want pics, they want proof. Heard he a beast and they let him loose. Heard he got a lot of friends, but they ain't no finding him. Rumors, and they all true. Buddy a ghost and he got the juice.
Trying to tell you, this is not gonna be displayed. Don't hate on the boy. He playing the game just how everybody else. He sent another one, like I said, the skip. Look at the skip. Look at it. What you want me to do? JQX, battle, man. What we doing, gang? You heard what the fuck he just said.
He got the juice. It's that time again. Gotta put him in line again. They want pics, they want proof. Heard he a beast and they let him loose. Heard he got a lot of friends, but they ain't no finding him. Rumors, and they all true. But Shorty a ghost and he got the juice. He got the juice. He got the juice. He got the juice. Rumors, stop, shoot.
Shout out to the man JQX Experience, man. Rumors, man. Always hitting us with the banger. So shout out to my man Chef Omar Cooks, man. BX in the building. What's up, my brother, man? I gotta connect with you, man. Shout out to you, man. JQX, man, always hitting us with the joints, man. Always listen, like for folks who are just tuning in, man. Like you I don't know if you guys are paying attention to what he is submitting and how he's submitting it and how his music is being curated. His music is being, if you notice, it's being curated. His mix is mastered, is at a certain level. You hear the fidelity. You hear how loud it is, right? You hear how his vocals are standing out on the track, right? Are you paying attention to his song structure? How he's starting it off with the hooks, how he's putting the verses in the middle, building up the records, dropping the instrumentation, giving his records space to breathe in between, right? Like, these are the things that are important. These are the things that are going to take a record to have, a lot of legs, right? Pay attention to the tempo, right? Like, these are the things that are important. Pay attention to the tempo. Pay attention to how the music is actually hitting inside of the track and how it builds up between verses and hooks. Like, these are the things that are important. I don't know if people are really paying attention to that. And remember what I said, like, this is the forum for that, right? This is the forum for this, right? It's like, I don't want people to listen to other people's music and be like, oh my gosh, like, I'm just so far away from that. It's like, that's the whole point of this. The whole point of this is to get you closer to that. Sometimes it's going to be an illustration of people who are just a little bit more advanced because they have been able to spend the time and they have been able to build themselves to the point where they understand what needs to be done for their music, right? And also pay attention now. This is not to be a cookie cutter factory where everybody's music sounds exactly the same. That's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to make sure that in the scheme of what you're trying to do, that it's going to have, like I said, some of the right components. Because what we're also looking for, and I don't think you guys realize this when we listen to JQX sometimes, you have to have some sort of formula, or like I said yesterday, it has to be formulaic in a way that you can replicate it, right? If you can't replicate it, then you cannot have a sustainability in this business, which is already volatile. Right, I'll repeat it, and maybe I'm using words that may be a little bit too big. If you're not understanding what it is that you're doing in the studio, if you don't have a formula for what you're doing for creativity, you're not going to be able to replicate what you do, and you're not going to be able to have any sustainability with your music. That's just the facts, right? So if you don't have a method to your madness, if there's no method to it, if we just get in and we're smoking and we're drinking and we don't know what the hell we did and we just wait for whatever to happen, you're putting yourself in a situation where you don't know what you did, you don't know how you did it, and then you can't create what needs to be created on a consistent basis for you to continue to put food on the table. That's when shit get tough. That's when shit get tough. Because you'd be like, damn, I don't know how I did what I did. That's when shit get tough. You know what I'm saying? Because when the trend changes, you don't have anything to lean on. You don't have a foundation that's going to be able to take you to the next level, right? Shout out to JQX Nation on this, man. The music that he submits time in and time out, you can clearly see that he has a system, right? And how he's going to create his music. He has an approach to how the music is going to be created. You can hear it. It's his sound, right? And this is what we're all looking for when we're when we're artists. We're all looking for us to create our sound. And that's why I say, hey, you have a method to the madness. Understand what it is that you need to do. Thanks for everybody that's jumping into the live. Make sure you're sharing the live. For folks that are looking to get their music listened to, make sure you're submitting to the links on the screen. For my folks who are looking to understand music production, music business, make sure you're jumping into my into the school community, school.com/Future Producer Society. That is where we are teaching the game. You know, we had just had some conversations about the Jermaine Dupri lawsuit, right? People were asking some questions about the Jermaine Dupri lawsuit and how it happened, what happened, how it could have happened. And I was giving folks not just my own 2 cents, because I also have some issues with the same label, right? You know, it's just the music business, and you gotta understand that it can happen to anybody and everybody. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to use our experiences so that you can use them as learning and case studies, so that you don't have to go through the same thing when it's your turn. Because believe me, it will be your turn, and you just want to make sure that they're not being taken advantage of, and you have your eyes on the ball, man. You don't want these guys to keep moving the goalposts around and you get lost on it. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream. We're gonna listen to a few more joints in just a second. Make sure y'all are jumping into the live stream. Make sure y'all are submitting any songs. I will be on just for a little bit longer before I jump out of here. My man, Chef Omar, you still in the building or did you break out? MRAC Music, what up? Is my guy Chef Omar still in the building or are you out of here? We just here working. We doing what we doing. We doing what we doing, man. We making it work. We gonna listen to a couple more joints. See what we got. Bad Man Coming. What's this now? Let's take a listen to that.
I know you want me. I know you want me to be perfect. I say, oh yeah, but look what you made me. Look what you made me do. I say, oh no, time to fly. Time to fly. If you ask me, I say, oh yeah, but better in time. Better in time. You see me, I say, good guy. Shit out today. Bad man call me, you must play. Tell me you love me, but you dey play. Say my lena day, I know the shit. I know the shit. Shit out today. Bad man call me, you must play. Tell me you love me, but you dey play. Say my lena day, I know the shit. I know the shit.
This is not a love song, and yet it's not a sad song. It's just a song you listen to if you want this song.
Grass to grace, my God done did it, oh yeah. Whatever you say won't matter, I know you know. But run your mouth, my mama didn't trace no fool. But better in time, you see me as a good guy. Bad man come me, you must play. Tell me you love me, but you dey play. Say my lena day, I know the shit. I know the shit. Shit not today. Bad man come me, you must play. Tell me you love me, but you dey play. Say my lena day, I know the shit. I know the shit. I'm a bad man, I'm a bad man. Shit not today. I'm a bad man, bad man, I'm a bad man, I'm a bad man. Tell me you love me, I know the shit. Shit not today. I'm a bad man, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man, I'm a bad man.
Shout out to who's the artist on this? This is Bad Man Coming. Bad Man Coming. Is that the DJ Paul? It's a decent record, man. I think the hook is pretty strong to me. Musically, I think it's pretty decent. I think the main thing is just the main vocal performance. To me, it's a little pitchy. But this record is already out on Spotify. But if I'm giving them any feedback on it, I would say let's make sure that we're correcting the vocal performance on here, making sure that the vocal performance is really in tune and in pitch and in key, you know, making sure that we're using some sort of auto tune, some sort of pitch correction, something like that, to make sure that we're keeping that in there, because it's kind of like it's one of those things where you have a decent record, and it's like like, say for example, you're an artist that can basically hold a note, but you're not a big singer, right? Pitch correction is going to be your friend. As to why some people kind of stray away from it, I'm not sure why they would do it, but I would always suggest that you stay in some pitch correction and make sure you're keeping it the way it needs to. It's just keeping the things in tune and in key. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. Make sure we're tapping the screen, my folks on TikTok. Excuse me. Make sure we're hitting the like button on that thing, man. Sharing the live. Doing all the good stuff for folks who are looking to get into the to submit a record before I get out of here. Make sure that you are submitting it to the link on the screen. Make sure you're doing that. We've been listening to a bunch of joints, man. You know what I'm saying? For those who are first time here, like I said, I'm juggernaut of multi-platinum production team Arkatech Beatz. We are responsible for producing for your favorite rappers, favorite rapper, favorite artist, Big Pun, Nas, Prodigy of Mobb Deep, Raekwon the Chef, Jadakiss. Jadakiss. How about that Jadakiss and 38 Special drama going on right now? Jadakiss, true story. We got something cooking with 38 Special as well. Shout out to BSF Tone and some of those guys from Black Soprano family. Max B, Wiz Khalifa, French Montana, Shorty Low, Waka Flocka Flame, Lil Scrappy, Hot Boy Turk. Like we got records with damn near everybody. So just so that you can kind of get an idea of what it is. If you're going to submit, make sure you're submitting that. Shout out to everybody that's jumping in on the TikTok side. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into our Future Producer Society. We're going to jump into this next record. There's a skip. Who's this by? Don Flight. What's up, Don Flight? I seen you in the building. Are you still here? Shout out to you. This record is called Like That. Make sure you see Don Flight 1 on his socials. Don, is this record out yet? Or something you're getting ready to put out? And where you from? Chat, tell me where y'all from too, man. Hit y'all in the chat. Tell us where you're from, so we can see where folks is from, where folks is hitting up from, where folks is hailing from. Shout out to everybody that's jumping in the live. Unreleased, you from NY? You from NYC or you from upstate NY? Now we got to make sure that we know the difference. Now that Jadakiss and 38 Special going at it, we got to make sure that we know where everybody's from. Long Island, yeah, what up, man? I got family out there. It's Don Flight Like That.
Caribbean
Yo, shout out to Don Flight on this one, man. This is tough in terms of the beat, man. This beat is real tough. Like, I'm gonna give you some feedback on this, man, that I think that can get this record over the hump, right? First of all, this beat is real tough. And your hook is strong, right? Start it right here. 3, 2, 1. And don't do it with the filter. Do it with the real hook right here. Bring the real hook right here. Dominican girls, they got it like that. Make sure that your answer back too has a little bit more of an ad lib, so that it can feel a little bit more full, right? And I don't want to say. My part of my brain says I wonder if a female vocal on here would work in terms of the answer back. I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that my brain sometimes jumps into. It's worth trying, you know, don't live or die by that. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that I would wonder if we can kind of see if we can get the girls to be more included in terms of the hook. Like always having, if you have a hook that's talking about females and somehow has female vocal included on it, to have them to help sing it along sometimes helps a record to go a lot further. It would potentially work. It's always worth trying. You feel what I'm saying? Just to kind of get an idea. And it doesn't have to be like overpowering, just something on top, right? Just so that we can hear the female cadence on it. Shout out to Coach J on it, right? Beat is tough though. You know, bust around, go crazy and shit like this. Coach J, what up?
The Caribbean girls, they got it like that. Dominican girls, they got it like that. Asian girls, they got it like that. All the girls from the world, yeah, you know that they like that. Caribbean girls, they got it like that. Dominican girls, they got it.
Or you can have it, the first half is just the guys, second half can be the ladies.
Like that. Asian girls, they got it like that. All the girls from the world, yeah, you know that they like that. I said ain't nobody bad like her. She got looks like Rihanna, but it's like she's Tyler, and ain't nobody moving like her.
Make sure your vocal too is a little bit pushed up a little bit on it. We want your vocal to really shine, and right?
The way she
make sure we got that tune on there.
Making it shake, got me feeling.
And not the tune like the T-Pain, but the tune more so, just for the correction of the pitch to make sure that your notes are gonna be hitting exactly where they have to be, right?
Wait, and she got me mesmerized by her. Didn't know you had it like that. You could move it like that. She moved to the beat off the drink. She get like that. Your body keep on moving. I say you don't gotta fight back. Caribbean girls, they got it like that. Dominican girls, they got it like that. Asian girls, they got it like that. All the girls from the world, yeah, you know that they like that. Caribbean girls, they got it like that. Dominican girls, they got it like that. Asian girls, they got it like that. All the girls from the world, yeah, you know that they like that. Got me tempted to touch.
And see this break right here? Too early, right? Yeah, there's a lane for this. This break is too early. We got to go right back into the hook, right? If we want to do a break, we do the break maybe a little bit more to not the hook. I mean, go right back into the second verse. This break doesn't need to be right here just yet. We want to do the break, after we get the majority of the song done. You know what I mean?
Got me tempted to touch. Got me tempted to touch.
We could literally do that after the second verse and the second hook. I mean, after the second verse. After the second verse, you can probably go into that and then go right into the hook.
Got me tempted to touch. Got me tempted to touch. Tempted to touch.
And just know that tempted to touch lyric, you're most likely gonna have to come up on some publishing on that.
No competition, cause she knows she bad with whole lot of body on her, what she carry. She knows she top tier and she got them embarrassed. Yeah, she got them embarrassed, yeah. Cause there ain't no comparison. She got a body like a model out in Paris. She a bad girl, look at what she carry. And she ain't tennis.
She a bad girl, go ahead.
The Caribbean girls, they got it.
Caribbean girl. gotta stack that shit. They gotta have that shit sound bigger, bro. You know what I mean? Caribbean girls, they got it like that. You gotta make this thing a thing. You know what I mean? I have to make it sound big. You know what I mean? Big up all my yard.
Dominican girls, Haitian girls, all the girls round the world, yeah, you know that they like that. Caribbean girls, Dominican girls, Haitian girls, all the girls round the world, yeah, you know that they like that.
Tempted to touch, I'm tempted to touch, and I'm tempted to touch, right? And they're tempted to touch. Caribbean girls are tempted to touch. Tempted to touch. Caribbean girls are tempted to touch. 3, 2, 1. Back to the hook one more time. Caribbean girls. Finish the hook. Finish the record. The record is done. Just like that. Don't forget the production credit, though. You know what I mean? Let's go. Shout out everybody jumping in the joint, man. This beat tough, boy. That piano is tough. Who did the beat? And then also too, like, you know what I'm saying, like when you're rapping, we could strip it down and use these parts where it has no beat in it.
Girls from the world, yeah, you know that got me tempted to touch.
So like experiment using your verse on this part of the record.
Got me tempted to touch. Got me tempted to touch. Got me tempted to touch. Got me tempted to touch.
Right? So like now what we do is we're gonna strip some of the drum down. And then when the hook comes back in, then it's that it has the whole beat in it. You know what I mean? So there's a few things that you're gonna have to do with this to kind of get it over the hump. But it has the meat and the bones, pause, for it to be able to really do what it needs to do in the marketplace. Shout out to those folks that are jumping into the live, man, that are trying to really understand this shit from the day in and the way that we're working it. Shout out to everybody that's rocking in. I appreciate everybody that's jumping into this thing. I'm about to close this out. That's definitely a good one, man. Shout out to Coach J on there, man. Hey, man, this is what we're here for, bro. This is what we're here for. Make sure y'all hitting the follow. We're basically trying to be back in this thing, daily. Getting it done. Shout out to everybody, man, that's jumping into the live, man. Shout out to my guys, Don Fly, Coach J. Kaz Productions, Big Rez, and all these guys. Shout out to my guy, y'all. Over there on YouTube, man, Boy Swagger. Shout out to him. Outlaw Row, I see you. Chef Omar Cooks, man. What's up, man? What's the word with you, brother? I know you're out in Cali now, so what's the weather out there? His nephew is a really, really dope artist, J Don, man. You know what I'm saying? Signed to L.A. Reid, man. If y'all don't know about J Don, make sure y'all go check him out, man. That's my homie nephew, man. Chef Omar Cooks, man. Guy could really, really, really sing, man. Tall as hell. But he could sing his ass off. So for those who know, you know what I mean? For those who know, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, but that's my man's nephew, man, doing his thing out here, shining to L.A. Reid. Mark Pitts and them doing their thing. Oh yeah. That's that part of that camp right there. You know what I mean? He finding his way. He used to be the old Simba, man, the Simba for the Lion King voice. Signed the Hollywood records back in the day. Disney type shit. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. Before I get out of here, man, people have been asking me my feedback on this whole Jadakiss and 38 Special. Jadakiss 38 Special type listening. I'm listening to stuff. And my take on it is this. Shout out to both guys. I think both guys could rap. You know what I'm saying? It's to me, it's not a thing about that. I think what people have to start to understand about the internet, and I'm gonna say something. Shout out to who mathematics for real. Shout out to mathematics, man. If that's if that's really who it is. Rest in peace, Power. For folks who are like asking me about, like I said, 38 Special, 38 Special, Jadakiss. Like 38 Special has been, doing his thing, dropping a lot of music, doing his thing. He's got his music and his visuals and all of this stuff to a certain level. And what tends to happen for independent artists is that you sometimes hit like a glass ceiling, right? Because the industry is kind of gatekept. This is probably where you see his frustration at, is that you see that the industry is kind of gatekept. And for independent artists, they want to make sure that there's somebody that kind of puts their arm around you and brings you in, right? Brings you into the club to make sure you're cool with everybody. That doesn't work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some guys don't really like that shit. You know what I mean? I was one of those guys that just don't like that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why for a large part of our career, I wasn't out in the forefront. I let my partner Mike Trauma D handle a lot of the politics. Shout out Born Ready. Thank you for the rose. I let him handle a lot of the politics. It's because I didn't like the politics of the music business. I didn't like this whole song and dance and, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to kind of put on for guys type shit. You know what I'm saying? Guys don't really like you and, and you kind of do this thing. But this is the music business. You got to understand that this is the music business. It's a business built on networking. It's a business built on relationships. So although you might not like this thing, right? You may not like this thing. Some folks are socially awkward. Some folks don't like to talk. Some folks don't know small talk. Some folks don't know how to read the room. These are all skill sets that you're going to have to adopt these skill sets in order to basically propel yourself to the top of the room. If you're not a person that people gravitate to, if you're not a person that people feel are able to talk to, if you're not a person that people feel that they can do business with, you're going to have a very tough time in this business, right? So, and if you're going to have a tough time in this business, you'll have to be able to put yourself in a position where you may not need to do that. And the only way for you to do that is for you to construct your business in a way that insulates you from the industry at large. And the only way that you can insulate yourself from the industry, and shout out to 38 Special, shout out to to Griselda and these guys, and what these guys have been able to master very, very well. These guys have been they're very good at what we call direct to consumer marketing, right? They market to consumers directly. They build their fan base directly. They make sure that they have a product that basically fulfills a particular niche. They don't go outside of that. This is what we do. And what we do is we fulfill this customer. We're going to give this customer music. We're going to give this customer shows. We're going to give this customer merch. We're going to give this customer more music, more merch, more events, different things that they can sign, whether it be vinyl. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going to feed this ecosystem. And something that like a guy like Alex Hormozy always talks about, he talks about the cost of acquiring a customer. These guys understand what it takes to acquire a customer, and what they try to do is they try to maximize the amount of spending that's going to come from those customers, right? So now what happens is, now that they have created their business, they see what their model is. They don't have to depend overly on streams, but over time, as your catalog builds, that starts to become a good passive revenue stream for you, right? Because now we're talking about regular master recording streams. If they get any radio play, now we're talking about music publishing. Then we're talking about international rights and neighboring rights. We're talking about all of these things. And when we put all of those things together, then we have what we call an artist ecosystem that is self-sustaining, right? So now you don't have to do the shuck and jive, and you don't have to do the things that most people do to get into the business. And now what you do is you take your money that you've got from your customers, and now you start to buy your way into the gatekeepers, right? Hey, I need a feature. Hey, I need this. I need some radio play. I need this. I need some promotion. So now you start to pay your way into the system. It still doesn't mean you're part of the system, because the system is going to fight you, because the system is part, like a cool club kid, a club for cool kids. So if you're not part of that system, and you're trying to kind of buy your way into it, you're still going to have a little bit of pushback. And I think this is kind of what you see happening. You see a guy that's basically self-made, trying to basically get his way into the system, and he still kind of needs those validation markers, right? So that's why you want the verse. This is why you want this, and this is why this is this big thing, is because you still need validation markers from the guys that are in the industry, so that you can kind of position yourself to basically get more fans, right? So where 38 Special is right now in his career is at a point where he can continue to do what he's doing, or he can push the envelope a little bit with a little bit of controversy, right? Push a little bit of controversy, because the internet loves the controversy. For folks who understand how this algorithm works, if you say something negative, if you say something that's outlandish, if you say something that's totally left field, you might not necessarily believe it, but you have a greater chance of that shit going viral than me sitting over here saying some stuff that's really factual and good for people, right? So if I'm positive on the internet, I don't see any growth. But if I'm negative on the internet, I'm going to grow like crazy, right? Now, you got to have a stomach for that, right? It's like you got to have some sort of, you got to be okay with that. Your integrity level might not be as high, that you might say, okay, I'm good with that, creating that little bit of that controversy, saying some things that are outlandish that I might not necessarily believe in or may not even be true. But this is how guys hack the algorithm. All right, so now I'm going to talk about who I'm going to talk about. We're going to hack the algorithm a little bit, right? This is why if a 50 Cent gives you some negative attention, you're supposed to run with it, because now you got the eyes on you and you can run it. So now people are talking about homie, but what's going to be good for homie is he got a whole catalog of music. He got a catalog of bangers, right? So now when you start seeing the controversy and everybody be like, yo, who is he to be talking about this guy? You're going to go back now. You're going to discover all of those songs, and it's going to work to his benefit, because he got a whole catalog worth of music worth finding. That's the reality of it. So this is just one of the things that, we kind of, we go over this stuff sometimes in our Future Producer Society, inside of our school community, where we talk about these type of strategies, man. These are the things that folks are not really understanding, that this is all marketing, man. This is all promotion, man. This is free. You don't got to pay for this, right? Like, this is free. You get on a podcast, you get on something, you say something that can be clippable. The next thing you know, you don't got to pay for that. That's free promotion. And if you got a catalog that's already set up, like how Specials is, people gonna find that music. They're gonna find those videos, and then you're gonna turn them folks into fans, because some of them folks gonna be like, yo, he really is better than such and such and such and such and such. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna hear it. He's gonna convert fans. That's the way to do it at this point. It's like kind of a 50 Cent situation. It's just that he's not starting off with his new album. He got a whole bunch of albums, and he got a whole bunch of collaborations, and he got stuff with Benny the Butcher and stuff with West Side Gun, and you know what I'm saying? He got stuff with everybody, Graph, everybody. So by the time you hear it, and he's a producer, right? So now he's moving himself on both ends, as an artist and a producer and as a CEO. You can't really lose, man. This is the way you promote your business in 2026. I'm hoping that people are paying attention. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, everybody that submit their music. Like I said, for folks who are who really want to get some more grips on the music business, man, make sure you're jumping into our Future Producer Society. It is free to join. We got a bunch of things inside there. We got a bunch of books inside there. We got a bunch of courses inside there. There are a bunch of things for people to learn. We're talking about music publishing, music copyright, music production, AI music, everything that you need to kind of understand. We're going over all of that, everything that I know, and I know a couple of things. Everything that I know, because you figure we're doing e-commerce, we're talking about Shopify stuff, we're talking about creating your own ecosystem, creating your own direct-to-consumer things, all of those type of things, showing folks how to get verifications. Like, these are different types of things, the different types of stuff that you're going to have to understand and understand the ecosystem so that you can continue to grow your music. All these things that I have done, we'll be able to kind of see if we can walk guys through that and give folks the blueprints on how to get to the next levels and making sure your music and stuff is standing out. So shout out to everybody that jumped into the live. I'm going to call it a night tonight. Make sure that you are liking the live, sharing the live, and just sharing it with new people, man. People who want to be on there. We'll be on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. For those who want to get their music listened to in real time, make sure that you are sharing the live. Make sure you're submitting your music early. And then if it's in the queue as a skip or a throne, those will get listened to first, and that does help to guarantee any plays, etc., etc. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to everybody that jumped in. I do appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. We're going to leave with this Like That by Don Flight. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be safe.
She got looks like Rihanna, but it's like she's Tyler, and ain't nobody moving like her. The way she making it shake, got me feeling